What's going on, people of Cherokee County? Big Matt Diamond Dean is back in the house with another week, Dean, of local, high school, and all the college stuff that you could possibly ever want to know. We're here from London to the Bay. It's right here. It's live. It's Big Matt and it's Diamond Dean.
How you doing, guys?
Matt and Todd Show.
We're getting everything squared up.
We got a little different, so y'all don't freak out. We got a little different setup going. You can see. We'll let everybody get settled in. We got some new equipment going on, so if we have any technical difficulties tonight, we're just going to blame it on COVID. How about that?
On COVID?
Yeah, we'll just blame
it.
It's
his fault. It's censored. We got top in the middle of it because we said something wrong.
All right, let's see here. What do we got?
We're going to blame it on COVID or Bo Nix. Everybody else is blaming everything on Bo Nix. What do you think about that, Namath? Do you think everything's Bo Nix's problem?
Yeah, let's talk about that. I'm kind of curious.
I don't like it. I don't like it. They give up 250 yards rushing to Georgia State, and somehow it's just all on Bo Nix. I don't get it. I understand they did pull him and went a different route, and it worked out for them, but I just don't agree with blaming him for every fault they have. No, you just can't. And it's obvious nobody's going to rest until he's not the quarterback anymore. So
there's got to be some fault with there has to be some fault with the coaches. I mean, the play calling and things that are going on down there on the plains right now. And we got a little bit of an insight with some people that I know from down there. He's close to the program, close to the athletic director type stuff, and yes, that'd be fine. Well, you're lagging way behind, or that's just something on the... Anyway, just keep rolling.
Well, I'm just, I hate to see a young man lose his job. But I am proud that Finley came in and did a good job.
Yeah, he did. He's like Houdini out there, man. He's escaping and running around. And
I've just noticed a kind of a trend toward just everything's Bo's fault. And that's, usually what happens. That's who takes the heat, right?
Yes.
The quarterback.
Yeah.
But, they gave up a lot of yards rushing yesterday, and they did adjust and play well in the second half. And maybe he missed some throws. I don't know. But Finley missed some throws, too. Did he not?
Yeah. It's going to be expected for him to have some mistakes anyway.
Right.
I mean, that's just...
I thought he looked good. In there.
Well, yeah, like I said, he made a big-time play at the end of the game.
Yeah. I'm anxious to see who starts Saturday. I'm anxious to see. I don't think we've heard the last of Bo Nix. I mean, if you're not a Bo Nix fan,
I got a feeling it's going to be. Man, I'm having trouble.
Don't be too giddy because I think he'll be fine, and I will say he'll start again at some point.
Yeah, keep on trucking there. I'm having technical difficulties over here. We're gonna keep moving right on along, man.
Let me recognize our sponsors.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on.
Oh, you're working on the sponsors.
I don't know.
But Auburn did get the win, nevertheless, and it's Georgia State played them tough. But it usually goes quarterback first, or coach, then OC, then they get on the offensive coordinator.
Uh-oh. Yes. Oh, I thought it was Bo, so I thought something might be wrong.
No, that was Bo.
Something might be wrong if it ain't showing something if he's calling.
Usually, head coach first, then quarterback, then offensive coordinator.
Oh, sorry, we're having trouble.
Then defensive coordinator. Do you ever hear anybody get on the lineman? Hey, Joe Blow ain't blocking good. I mean, he's killing us. Take him out. You never hear anybody get on the lineman.
Yeah, that's always...
It's usually the quarterback.
It's just an assigned duty to where... like it's a job like they're supposed to be doing. Mm-hmm. Like Marcus, if he was snapping the ball, I always use him for example. He was my son, so if he makes a bad snap, I mean, you're going to say something to him.
Yeah. But on kickers. Fans get on kickers back.
Yeah. Quarterbacks are the head of the show.
Yeah. And DBs.
Yeah.
You don't never hear anybody. Them dang linebackers ain't feeling good. You never hear them.
Yeah, they're going to be just executed and prosecuted at the stake fully.
That's just part of the job.
Yeah, part of the job.
Saying.
It is.
And it's never going to change.
The pitcher in baseball.
Yeah.
And people that don't realize the catcher has as big a job as anybody in baseball.
But you never really hear.
You don't hear a lot about
a lot of negativity towards the catcher.
I don't know what to think about it. We didn't get to watch a lot of it because we was watching some other games. So we didn't catch the first Auburn. We caught the last half. So
obviously, Bobo and Harrison thought a change needed to be made.
Yeah, they was talking about it last week.
So,
yeah.
Well, and I don't know. We'll just see. I just don't think we've heard the last of Bo Nix. It may motivate him to be even better. But everything's not his fault. But obviously, I'm wrong because they did make a change.
Yeah, let's. I have some technical difficulty on this side. Nothing on Facebook stuff. The clips where it plays the sponsors thing, it's not running right. So anyway, we'll thank our sponsors right now, as we always like to do. Corey Colbert. Just talk to him. He's got stats in for us.
That guy from Gaylesville.
We appreciate him really for. I mean, their help. It helps us to.
Friday night, he usually has
help the kids. Helps us to help them. Warrior Gym, they always been a part of us. Johnson and Kim. I went over there this morning. Me and Marcus went and worked out, and I also say
Kevin Scarton.
Yeah, he's going to try to sponsor some players with us, and and JR and April. I mean, they've been doing this with us for a while too.
JR said he's struggling being an Auburn fan right now. It's tough.
Yeah,
just because of what they're putting them through with the games.
Yeah,
it'll be all right, JR. They'll be all right.
Yeah. Well, they got a new coach, and they're going to have to figure out their identity and what they're doing, and
Yeah, it may take. It's going to take more than 4 games, probably.
Yeah.
Scott Lloyd.
Yeah, Scott's. I hadn't seen him. I bet he may be. I don't know who all was in town this week. He likes to come out to some Cedar Bluff games.
He does.
He'll kind of come around and spread the love to everybody.
Knows a lot about football too.
Yeah, and he always posts on our side notes show. He'll ask good questions, about.
Yeah. He don't. He's not a hey guys, where'd y'all get those shirts kind of. Nothing wrong with if you ask that, but he gets a little deeper into it.
Yeah, he does.
What do you think about the defensive front? Why can't they get pressure on the quarterback?
Yeah, paying players, and he had a good article about that a week or two ago. So we appreciate all our sponsors.
Yeah,
Scott and Corey, JR from McKenzie, Warrior Gym. We appreciate all of them. So speaking of coaching and new coaches, we can jump right into some high school stuff.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We got your scores running across the screen there in case anybody has forgot or you didn't know, or if you, as we're going through the show, you can look back down there and catch it.
Of course, we'll talk about them.
Yes. Go ahead. We got Cedar Bluff. We're talking about new coaches. If you want to talk about Cedar Bluff,
I went to Cedar Bluff. It was 22-6. Not to go into great detail, it was 6-0. North Sand Mountain drove down the field pretty easily on the first drive. But now I will say this: after the wait just a second, this is Coach Knapp.
Oh, Coach Knapp.
He's gonna call it 6:30.
Okay.
After the first drive, the defense tightened up big time. Bucky leaked through a halfback pass to Aiden Green. Wait just a second, guys. I'm sorry.
They
not Mountain Time.
This North Sand Mountain has been a prominent 2A team for a long time.
Yeah, they have.
They to run that region up there in the years they played in it. Now 5 run that region for years and years, and that always hampered them from being able to win that region up there. But they are good. I mean, Coach does a good job there, and we all know about their basketball program they got up there. But Cedar Bluff played them close.
It was 8-6 for a long time, even into the fourth quarter, and we had a drive stall out in their territory, and they drove down and scored, made it 16-6, and then tacked another one on there at the end of the game, 22-6. But I thought Cedar Bluff played admirably. I told Coach Little the other night after I saw him, I said I thought the defense adjusted well.
They did.
They were led by Jacob Burleson, not Chris. But I think Chris could do it. 157 total yards.
Yeah.
117 passes.
We've seen improvement. I mean, that's all the fan get asked for when you get a new coach that kind of has a new style of playing. It's a little bit different. And you have a new coach calling offense. Coach Metlock, he's from Florida, and he's used to coaching a lot of, D1
Very
players.
fast guys.
Yeah, so he's had to adjust how he coaches, and the players are having to adjust to him and what he's doing. So, as a fan, we're just looking for improvement over there.
I think they'll be all right in reaching play. I mean, I'm not saying that they're going to run the table. I don't know. But I think they'll be all right, and I think that this tough schedule they've played probably helped.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got Spring Garden. You played them first. They're obviously good. I think Valley Head's a very good team. And Summerton, who was picked to win the region. Then you go play Trine.
We really had them really high favored Summerton to win that region.
Then you play North Sand Mountain. And Trine, by the way, got beat 3 touchdowns. Who in the world did
Buford.
they play? No, they played Bowden.
Bowden, not Buford.
Bowden must be good.
But, yeah. I told
Trine's
you
good.
the other day I watched them play last year, Bowden.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were playing Troop because I knew that name because we'd seen Troop play.
Right. They're down there close together.
Yeah, so I thought, well, this will be a good game. I know that, man.
Good one.
Yeah, but they don't look like kids that play football over here.
Yeah, no. I knew they've had some guys go to Georgia. They've had some guys play college ball, and they've won state championships before. Knapp can tell you a lot about Bowden when he calls in. So.
Now, Cedar Bluff will have homecoming next week. They'll be hosting Woodville at LD Bruce Field. So good luck to them next week. We'll both be there next week, be at homecoming, get some picks and stuff, and so they're moving right along, and we're happy that they're trying to get better. I know it's a loss, and Coach Beckett and the guys. Coach Crane's back this week. I'm glad to see him.
Yeah,
got to talk to him. The baby's doing good. God bless them. I hope everything's wonderful. And I went to Spring Garden.
Right.
And covered the Hokes Bluff game. Now that's the first time that Hokes Bluff's ever traveled to Spring Garden,
right.
And they may not have wanted to come after they got down there.
Ooh, well, Spring Garden had a good night.
Well, they just couldn't move the ball. I could quote somebody after the game that I talked to from Hokes Bluff and said, "We just got our butts whooped up front." That's what he said. End quote.
Spring Garden's very good up front.
Yeah,
very good.
They were. It was a hard-hitting game, is what I'm trying to say. They were really getting after it. Landon was doing what Landon always does.
He's tough.
Yes, and Chaz and Chapel, they were all doing what they do. Just tough defense. They moved the ball a little bit, come out and start the game, and it'd get in third down situations, and they wouldn't have it. They just shut them down. I mean, they
didn't get many third down situations.
No, they just put an end to it. Coach Howard kept the sidelines excited over there.
Mm-hmm.
The coaches always do a good job. I enjoy going over there and seeing them. And
since they had 470 yards, sounds like they moved it.
They did.
Good.
And the steak sandwiches were great as always.
That's worth going over there, isn't it?
Yeah, Trey was over there on the grill cooking them up. I didn't get 2. I made a mistake, Dean.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get 2 when you go. Because I usually eat $2. Yes.
It's worth it.
Well, actually, it's be 16 now.
Oh, 16.
For 2 because the meat went up everything else.
Yeah.
So they played a good game, and from between Chaz and Chapel and Floyd and Rogers on receiving the ball. Mm-hmm. He made some good catches. Cooper was making catches. They just kind of moved the ball, and they run the ball a lot. Mm-hmm. And there at the first part of the game, probably the first half, Chaz probably had. I don't write stats down like everybody.
Right.
I would assume he probably had close to 100 yards in the first half.
He had 154 for the game.
So, and he went out because he had an ankle injury, and we sure do hope he's getting through that.
Yes.
We really do.
He had 254 yards total offense.
So, I would assume he had that 100.
He's done that 4 times this year.
Yeah.
3 or 4. 3.
He did. He had a great game.
Maybe 4.
Now, other area action. Sandrock, Coach Heath, talked to him Friday night. They go up to Collinsville. He was really bothered at the last week at the end of that Southeastern game. The way that the game kind of finished, they had the game in hand, and a bad call or something here or there. But, coaches are going to tell you you're not supposed to get in those situations to where those calls matter.
Right.
Things just happen, and OP, maybe he had a little tweaked ankle or something, but they roll up to Collinsville and beat them 28-7.
Big rivalry. Very close. There used to be a big rivalry, I guess.
Yeah, it is.
They don't play a lot.
Yeah, once Collinsville moved up, it kind of hurt them, and now they're playing up, and they don't have as many players as they used to. Now, Gaylesville, tell us some more about Gaylesville. Now,
Well, Gaylesville, it started out, I think it was kind of tight at first.
It was homecoming? Homecoming over to Gaylesville this week, Coach Knapp and guys. And
32-0 by the half, and 50-22 over Asbury, which I've heard that rumors that Asbury has improved a lot. Of course, Gaylesville, their usual, 487 yards offense, 3 guys with over 100 yards rushing. Higgins, Keelan,
and
Michael Reynolds, and Jacob Gordon, all
with
100. And I was telling you, that's about the fourth game this year, maybe 5th, that they've rushed for 300.
Guys, if you hadn't been out to see Gaylesville play, you need to try to take advantage of a time to go see them play. And the way they run the football, it's not like a lot of other they just run the ball a lot.
Yeah, they run it.
He'll get in the box.
Gain yards. They gain good yards.
He'll get in the box sometimes back there. You have 4 running backs back there. Old Notre Dame stuff.
They're moving the ball very good. Like I said, Higgins 170. I don't know what he's up to on the year, but he had 220 last week when I went. Didn't he get Player of the Week by bowling them the week before?
Yeah, WQSB. I think he got something from.
When we went that night, he had 162. He's got to be getting close to 1,000. It's got.
Yeah, it's got. Yeah, got to be.
Well, that's 162, 200. That's 3. I don't want to do a big math. He's got close to 1,000 because they've rushed for over 2,000 as a team nearly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's very good.
Yeah, so now they bounce back off a disappointing loss also. They played Valley Head. That's a good region win for them, their homecoming game. Also, here in our area, guys, can't forget about Coach Kelly and the guys over there. Cherokee County Warriors host Coosa Eagles 53-0.
Hold up, I got somebody checking here.
Yeah.
Did you have any stats for Sand Rock?
Yes, I do. Let's see what we got here.
Sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
I had somebody.
They had passing yards 274 to 72 by Collinsville. They rushed for almost 200. They had 24 first downs. They had 2 turnovers, 6 penalties. Cornejo had 5 tackles. East Crider and Brian and the Chestnut all had 4. Haygood had 3. These are all tackles and stuff. Just
by yards individual.
Good numbers by tackles. A lot of team tackling. A lot was going on. Ace was 16 for 23. Had 255 yards passing with 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Trey Haygood goes over 100 again for the year. He was our Player of the Week, Dean, a few weeks ago.
Right.
Cornejo gets right about 60. He's averaging about 4 yards a carry of the night. And average 10 yards a carry was Crider. Logan, he's a big kid. He had 2 for 21 yards rushing. And he also had 128 yards receiving. So I know Logan, knowed him since he was a young guy. He's a very humble, always smiling. He's having a good time at practice. I mean, you ever see kids just have a good time? He's having a good time at practice. Big time.
No, I haven't seen that a whole lot.
Yeah, I mean,
most kids are, hey, Coach, when we getting out of here?
No, he's ready for the next play. He's ready for the next snap at practice. So, hats off, helmet sticker or whatever, some kind of recognition for Logan over there.
So they had about 475 yards
to run.
As a team.
To run.
Well, we just had somebody on here ask. You can.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's fine. I should have. I did too. I should have went over that. Let's see. Haygood, he caught the ball a few times. It's just a great team effort. Guys making tackles all over the place. Fantastic game. Sandrock really come back. Coach Heath put it together, put the nail in the coffin to say, hey, we're here, and we're looking forward to playing Cleveland and Spring Garden for their region.
Right.
Those are going to be great games. It's going to be next couple of weeks. I think the 18th and so it's going to be a good game. But we'll get back into center. Yeah, Coach Kelly.
That score just shocked me.
53-0.
I thought they would beat them, but I didn't think they beat them 53-0.
Yeah, you kind of assume scores in your head when you do this. Kind of, we
38, 14.
We don't do it for a living, but we do it for fun. So I kind of thought, I'm thinking 42-14, or maybe they kick a field goal, and it's like 21-3 at halftime. Center's up. I know center's better. They're just really turning it up.
53-0.
Well, Cade was 9 for 10. Those for over 111 yards. Jack had a catch. And Damian had catches for 34 yards. Malachi Horton, 27. CJ had catches. LaMichael also caught the ball for several yards. Rushing wise, Damian also rushed the ball for over 100.
Wow.
Cade had almost 20 yards or so rushing. LaMichael, Tay Diamond had one rush. They got some young guys.
They got 2 ninth graders.
Yeah, and they're good too.
Arbor and Diamond.
They're good too.
Yeah. I think Arbor and Diamond, they're freshmen, start on defense.
And Daniel, the kicker, had a 34-yard looked like field goal. So looked like center took care of business. And,
it don't sound like they had too much trouble. I just thought that would be a little bit closer than that.
They just kind of rolled out there.
Yeah, 53-0. Did they even play at home?
The second game on the turf, I mean, they just...
Oh, it was on the turf.
Yeah, I mean, they was at home, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah, they didn't play
they
Tusa.
Scored. They hadn't had a touchdown scored on them since
it was homecoming for them.
Aniston.
It was homecoming for them, too.
They're playing very good right now.
A lot of homecomings.
What about and speaking of center, I was just going to say they're 4-1. But Matt, 55-45, Piedmont and Jackson. 1,000 yards.
Yeah, tell us a little more. John Holden, which I'll say this, a little shout out real quick, from Alabama High School Pigskin Roundup. He was the old school back in the day. We all used to watch him. I got to run into him and talk to him at Spring Garden, Friday night, and it was a real honor to be able to meet him and shake hands with him and talk to him. And I showed him, a jacket. And he seen the shirt, our name on it. And I just showed him our thing, showed him who he was, and I cover the county here. And me and you went to school at Cedar Bluff, and he said he went to school at Spring Garden, which I didn't know at the time.
Right.
So
I did not know that either.
I didn't know. So he told me a few stories about living around there, and I showed him that picture of our show on the phone. He said he knew who we were. He had seen where I had shared some of his stuff when he was getting started up, and he appreciated that. And
he's a good guy.
He is. And he was telling me a little story, and we'll move on. When you get to doing this stuff and you're growing, which our show's grown a lot, he said, remember that Gaylesville, Spring Garden, whatever, Cedar Bluff, small,
well, you can't forget those
are just as important as Thompson and Auburn and Hoover and Gadsden City. Remember those small schools, because those kids work hard too, and they don't get a lot of attention and love sometimes, which is one of the reasons we kind of started doing this for,
I was telling somebody the other day, I used to coach with a guy from Georgia, and this guy had coached at schools where SEC kids were going to SEC schools. But he moved down here, and if you see him in a ball, you'll see him at ball games, but you don't see him at ball games you think you'd see him at. You see him at the Gaylesville Valley Heads and the Cedar Bluff Gaylesville and the Sand Rock Spring Gardens.
Really?
That's the games he likes going to.
Like small town
ball.
Probably because they run the ball a lot.
And, he used to coach at Hiram. I mean, in Hiram, he said his backfield, one went to Georgia, another one was All-American, or All-Conference, All-SEC at Kentucky. That was their backfield.
Wow.
It's almost like it's not reality.
Yeah.
So he comes back down, and you'll see him at them small school games in a heartbeat. He's at a lot of them. And,
it's good stuff.
He's been around that stuff his whole life. I'm talking about the bigger school ball.
It's good stuff. I got to bump into him and just shoot the breeze with him. I mean, it's like talking to, I don't know, it's just pretty big to me. Maybe I'm being a little silly about it. But
man.
I mean, he's just a good guy, so it was awesome getting to meet him. But anyway, we was talking about Piedmont and Jacksonville, 55-45, and Dean, wasn't they down?
They were down 38-21.
And Steve just puts in the plays and just ruts it right down, and they intercept the ball later to seal the deal.
Well, it was 40. Let me see if I can get this straight. It was 48-45. Jacksonville's driving. Foster's little brother, not the one that played last year, Jakari, his brother, intercepts a pass and goes 90. 55-45. But these numbers, Matt, you would not believe these numbers. Hayes had 338 yards, 190 passing, 148 rushing. Morgan, the new back, Johnson was their back last year, not Morgan. He had 184 yards. They had 571, and Jacksonville had 468.
The high school football team in just a little old county up here,
571 yards.
Almost 600 yards offense.
And a 90-yard interception return against a 4A school.
All I can say is that this region up here...
I'm going to go on and just plug in for that state championship. I mean, I think I got a good shot at it.
they're going to make pathways to meet again. We know up there at Fife or at Piedmont, whichever way it turns out this year.
Wow, what about Jacksonville? I mean, 468 yards against Piedmont.
I
mean, that's a lot of yards.
I've seen some of their other games, and
Maury and Foster is what Bo just said.
Okay, thank you, Bo. He
had 2 picks the night we went against Center.
That's pretty good. I'm kind of surprised, but it is what it is, and
wow, what a game!
Yes. And Piedmont will take on Ohatchee next week, and Fife was off this week. They will have Plainview as we come back.
Oh, big one, huh?
I was watching the feed. It's jumping really bad.
Did nobody say anything about it?
I see it jumping on the.
Yeah. How's it look on there?
Well, that's just going to be from that feed. See, that's the live feed on your phone.
Nobody say anything.
Maybe it's just the phone.
Yeah, he is wearing his brother's old number. Foster. No,
okay.
It looks good.
Okay.
Both said it looks
good. Yeah, y'all please tell me. I mean, you let me sit here like, oh crap, I just turned the podcast
I'm telling
off.
You.
Did I just turn the podcast off? I'm sorry.
Hey.
We got new equipment. All right.
Look who's watching us here. Bun. How you
Coach
doing?
Bun, what's up?
Hey, you ready to go back to the place?
I guess I did. I just killed it. All right, welcome back. In the middle of the show. Sorry I killed that podcast.
When we're going to Pickens County, reform.
Well, we left off at Gaylesville. I mean, at Piedmont
and
Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Piedmont will be playing Ohatchee next. Fife did have the week off. They'll come back and play Plainview. And, Dean, if you want to get into some
other scores.
Some other local 1A. I got about 3 or 4 1A scores. If you want to, we'll get into that. I ain't got many here. Okay. Hubbardville over Hackleburg, 51-24. I'm just mentioning them. Those are maybe some teams we could meet up in the playoffs. Some teams here. Maplesville 47 over Jemison 13. Maplesville will play Nagasala next week. Marion County 40-12 over Phillips, and Raglan. Hang on. 78-0 over Gaston.
I don't know the details, so I'm just don't want to say anything. Seems like you could keep from beating somebody like that, but maybe you can't.
Well, Sweetwater, we got to mention them. They're always running around.
Oh, yeah, always.
They won their first state championship in 1977, the year I was born, by the way. They beat Leroy, which is another prominent 1A program. They beat them 41-26. Wadley 56-30 over Randolph County.
Wow, Wadley must be good again.
Yes, we played them
56
a few years ago.
Yeah, that was the ball game that ended
on the touchdown in the corner.
Yeah.
On a bad pass interference call that I just took it. And I told Marcus, I said, we didn't. That's not pass interference.
No, I didn't think it was.
But I said I'm gonna take it.
I told Manny though.
We
were watching that.
We had other bad calls that night.
And their coach, they got the ball back there before Cedar Bluff got that last drive. And I'm not knocking their coach. I guess I am, but I'm not meaning to. He made no attempt whatsoever to eat any clock up.
No, they're just trying to hurry and score.
And I was like, they're beat. And Brent goes, what are you talking about? And I said, they're beat. That just cost him.
Me and Marcus went down the fence, and I said, we're fixing to win this game. Watch. He said, Daddy, I think we're going to lose. I said, you just stand right there and witness history. I had a feeling. And we got that interference. I said,
well, you have a possession late in the ball game that lasts a minute. You probably, you're hurting yourself. Obviously, you got a million people in your ear when you're the head coach. So.
It was
and you might have thought something. Hey, we hit one right here. We win.
Josh threw it to DJ.
Isaiah Jones.
Was it Isaiah? I thought it was DJ.
Yeah.
And
he hadn't thrown a touchdown.
Now we'll mention this, and I know Coach O'Brien, but he takes his lumps, and he probably didn't expect to go up there and whoop up on Gatlinburg. Pittman. But they lost that game 56-7. But it's a great. I probably had a good time just to go up there and travel up there. 2A, we went through San Roque Spring Garden. Aliceville beats Pickens County, which was surprising to us. We kind of thought Pickens making 39-22. Cleveland jumps on JB Penny 55-0. Ider 42-20.
Hey, they said that was a very good game.
Ider has Victory Christian next. Pisgah 58-28 over DAR. Tanner 41-8 over Columbia. And that's about it for 2A. I have something for us right here, Dean. Let me call this. we got a little something for you guys right here. And this is kind of a surprise. Call that number right there.
Well, Knapp's calling in 2 minutes.
Oh, he is. Okay. Yeah. I didn't know if he was going to.
Yes.
We have something special coming in, and it's going to be pretty cool. And it's not really the area we cover, but this is really special for.
We got 2 callers.
A young man that's Todd. There ain't nobody followed our show like this guy.
Oh no, he's our number 1 fan.
Everything we put up, he likes and loves and shares, and we really appreciate him. And we're gonna be right over there to him in just a minute. I can't believe I closed that podcast down.
That's all right.
I got new equipment. I had trouble with the sponsor thing, and it's got me messed up here. What about 3A, Dean? Let's go through 3A.
I'm afraid to give scores because I don't want to knock you out of 3A and 4A. I got other scores.
Yeah, let's rock it out.
Just no matter what class.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, other scores. I got Gadsden. All right, never mind.
All right, we'll do that in a minute. Right now, we'll get on Coach Knapp's calling from Gaylesville.
Hey, who's this?
Hey, I called about that ad you had in the paper about cutting some firewood.
Did you?
That's right.
You got any pine straw?
Hey. He get that.
Yeah.
He get that wood cut. What are you cutting for a load of wood right now?
We need it welded too.
Is that right?
You know a good old boy that can do all that.
Yeah, old Red do anything.
Shane Dodd. That's the truth, isn't it?
He's a jack of all trades.
Hey, I want to say one. Have you seen that building that him and his daddy built?
Yeah, it's massive.
Oh my gosh! I mean, that's amazing.
They can do anything.
That's amazing. All right. I'm sorry. We had to talk about Red for a minute.
Well, Coach, how you doing today?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm just hanging in there. We are live here shooting a show, and I kind of wanted you to come on or something. I hadn't got to talk to you in a little while, but I know y'all probably have film and stuff like most coaches on Sunday. It's kind of hard to get you. So let's just have a run through, I guess, for the week. Y'all get ready for homecoming. It looks like you had a parade and stuff, and the kids excited, and you got to play, and y'all had a good game. Tell us about the week.
We did. It was a fun-filled week, and obviously we won 50-22, and it was homecoming. And another side note, a lot of people don't realize our school was 150 years old this year, so it was a celebration for that as well. I think correct me if I'm wrong, I do believe that Gaylesville was the oldest school in Cherokee County.
It is? Yeah. Because I think Cedar Bluff's only 100 years old this year.
Yeah, right.
This year.
So, we have a lot to be proud of, and that's a long time to be in existence.
Yeah. Well, as leading up to the week now, as far as Friday nights came, we went over the game a while ago. We went through the stats, and we bragged about Keelan a little bit, and he's getting a lot of love and attention right now, and I'm glad for him. I've known him since he's been around here, and on a personal note, for him, the background, it's really good for him to have some positive attention, and I'm really happy for him. I know you are too. Tell us about Keelan.
Absolutely. Last year Keelan was his first year he got to play with us, and he's defensive end and tight end, and then of course when we had graduation this past year, we had to give some other guys a chance at playing running back, and Keelan has really flourished and got better every week. I try to be critical of Keelan. I try to give him detailed stuff that he needs to work on week by week, and slowly but surely we're getting there. But I've been really pleased with Keelan so far. He's
getting on up there on the yards, isn't he? I mean, he's nearing 1,000, is he not, Coach?
He is, and of course, talking about Friday night, I thought we spread the ball around pretty good. We had 3 backs with 100 yards.
3 backs. You don't see that much.
No, and I think each one of them had about 10 to 11 carries. And of course, we played without one of our really good players, Hunter Penny. He's having a situation he's having to deal with, and so we played without him the other night. So the other 3 backs had to step up. Of course, Tanner threw for 100 yards, and of course, all that doesn't happen without you got to give our linemen some love.
Sure, right, yeah.
Briley Mitchell and Braden Sharp, Bailey Glasgow, David Glenn, Eli Bryson. So none of that takes place without those young men.
Yeah, that's right. None of them have time to do anything if they're not doing their job.
Oh, Briley's a force, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He's I kid people all the time. It Riley started since he was in the fifth grade.
Yeah.
Third,
He
I
got a lot of
think.
experience. He's a lot of fun to coach.
Have you ever run? Are you gonna run him at least once before he gets out?
Well, that's we kidded the other night, and it's coming. Y'all are old enough to remember Williams Refrigerator Perry, so that's what it may look like.
Run the fridge.
Hey, let me tell you one quick story, Coach Knapp, and I'll let you get back to this.
Okay.
Cedar Bluff had an all-state lineman in the mid-'80s. His name was Donnell Smith.
Yep.
And they scored late against Pleasant Valley, 22-21. And Danny Brown lined up and put Donnell at the running back. And I think Tony Crane was blocking for him, and he scored a 2-point conversion.
How about that?
So they won 23-22. I'll never forget that. That's the only carry he ever had, I'm sure.
Yeah.
When you do that stuff, you have to handle it with class, though, because sometimes people do it in a situation where it don't look real classy. So you have to pick the right spot to do stuff like that.
Right. Well, that was actually a game winner. Yeah, he was just huge, and
couldn't stop him.
They couldn't stop him.
Well, now finishing up through the week, now that 4-headed monster that you've had, and I know you said Hunter's dealing with some stuff, so I mean a 3-headed monster is a lot better than some others that have. And I've got to cover y'all's games and went down to Coosa and watched you guys play. That was a great football game down there. Coach O'Brien was respectful, and he's a great guy too. I enjoy talking to him. And now getting ready for this week now Summerton's coming up, so I'm sure y'all hit film today. So tell us a little bit about what you're looking for Summerton, and you can see the film from when they played Cedar Bluff or something, or what are you noticing about them and things that maybe you could take advantage of to come out with a win there.
Well, the first thing is they were a team last year that got better each week. And, I believe they have 13 seniors this year, so they have a load of experience. And if you picked an early front runner before the season started, I think everybody
they were
talked about Summerton. They're really well coached, and on defense they run to the football really well. They don't get out of position, and offensively they don't. I know they turned it over quite a bit against Cedar Bluff, but as far as the rest of the year, I don't think that's been a problem. So, it'll be a big challenge for us, but we're excited because it's a Thursday night game and it's going to be at Trojan Stadium, and
we'll be there.
We hope to pick up more than just Gaylesville and Summerton folks, and we look for it to be a packed house. And
I thought it was wrong.
Weather's going to be good, so
weather should be great.
We're looking for a really good game.
I didn't realize it was a Thursday game, Coach.
Yes, it is.
I had no idea.
I had it wrote as a Thursday game, and I went back through our schedule.
We thought we played Coosa Christian on the Thursday.
So I had it wrong. So I had this one marked as Thursday. I said, well, that was wrong too. So I took the Thursday off and made it just a Friday game. So great. We'll be there, and then we'll be over at Cedar Bluff Friday night for homecoming. So that'd be.
It worked out good for me because on Friday I get to escort my daughter at the Trine football game. She's on the homecoming course. So
that's great.
Good deal. Hey, not to get off track, Coach, but you're talking about Trine, and I think some people are wondering what happened Friday night, but do you know about what happened Friday night?
I do. Of course, Todd knows my background. I played at Mount Zion and played for my dad, and the Bowden Red Devils were our rival, and I can tell you exactly what has happened. Those folks that won a state championship in 1992, their kids are coming through Bowden High School right now.
Oh, really?
That's what's happened. So they have a really good football team, and they're loaded and studded up again.
They've had several good football teams, haven't they?
Yeah.
Boy, they have. They got a rich tradition.
Yeah.
That's the area. That's not the school, but that's right there in the area where Tank Bigsby come from that plays at Auburn.
Yeah, it's close to Troop, isn't it, Coach?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's Bowden is Carroll County, which is where I'm originally from, and it's a hotbed down there as far as talent. And, right across the state line, you're not too far from Lineville and Clay County, and all those good players down there.
Strip of talent right there.
That's a lot of good football right in there, isn't it?
There really is, yes.
Well, we won't hold you up no more. I know you want to go home and kick your shoes off and eat some pintos and talk to the wife and the kids, and so we won't keep you up. Thank you for calling, man. I appreciate you.
She finally cooked tonight, so I need to take advantage of that.
Right.
What's she having? What y'all having?
Well, she had a tenderloin and biscuit, and English peas, and it's pretty good. I was impressed.
Good deal.
Sounds good to me, Coach. All right, we thank you, man.
We wish you good luck this week. And
Yes, sir.
We'll see you over there.
Take care. Thank you, guys.
See you, bye.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
He's always a good call in.
Coach Brian Knapp, Gaylesville, head coach. Hadn't got to talk to him in a little while, so it's good to come back in a circle and talk to our guys there.
I think we were on scores, right?
Yes, we were going
I
into.
don't have.
Just going around.
I was just going around.
Round a circle. Okay.
Gadsden City 42-14 over Dothan. Boaz, boy, they've improved a lot. 35-21 over Albertville. Fort Payne. Would you call that an upset? Be down a while? Maybe not.
Fort Payne.
33-27. That's probably not an upset.
No, I heard two people, and I heard them both. One picked one picked the other. So no,
Alexandria beat Heflin 38-14. How good is Alexandria, Coach? What if they still had Ronnie Royal?
Oh yeah.
I mean, they'd be the best team in the state.
What is going on? Hold on, man. Man, today's just a day, man. Today, if it's gonna happen, it's
Are we off?
No, Microsoft's popping up something.
Alexandria, if they still had that Ronnie Royal, wow. And the last score I'm going to give you that I think you'll find interesting is Hanley beat Lynette 19-18. How good is Lynette?
They're always yeah.
That's a 1A school. It may be 2A now, but I don't. They're small.
Yeah,
and that's the biggest struggle Hanley had last year was with Lynette.
Yeah.
All year.
We watched them play a state game. Who did we watch them play state with?
Gordo. Lynette. Oh, you talking about me and you?
It's a couple of years ago.
Leroy.
Oh, that was a good game.
Yeah, they come back. They were down 15-0 and come back and won 33-15.
I work backwards. Thompson over Mountain Brook 51-0. Dean. Oxford played a close one 35-16 over Prattville. And of course Auburn rolled on. They beat Bob Jones 42-21. Arab beats Brewer 49-13.
Arab's improved a lot.
Yeah, they're better and better each week. Coleman 49-7 over 2A Mars Hill. They're playing up.
Coleman, what was that score?
49-7.
Okay. Mars Hill may not win it this year. I don't know.
In Pinson Valley,
it was a close game last year.
They beat Ramsey, and then Southside 49 over Sardis. Center Point 32 over Anniston 22. Anniston's struggling right now. They're on a skid.
Center Point is pretty good.
They are. Since they've lost the center game, they've skipped along. Douglas beats Glencoe 41-7. Gunnersville 44-21 over Madison County. Lincoln is rolling right along, guys. Lincoln beats Munford 69-13.
How good is Lincoln? They beat Mumford 69-13.
That's what I read.
Wow. I saw it too. I don't believe it, but I saw it.
Namath, if you're watching, tell us the truth.
What happened there? Hey, what about this? Sachs beat Geraldine 54-31. That's the last score I've got.
I thought it would be closer.
I did too.
Because Geraldine's played good. They beat Plainview last week, but Plainview's quarterback was hurt now. Maybe people may not know that. They heard
Is he back against 5?
I don't know. I think he broke his hand.
Oh, okay.
Randolph 35 over Westbrook Christian, and White Plains 42-28 over Elmore County. Fayette County 21, South Lamar 7.
Oh, Cash Allen, how you doing? He's watching us. Keith Bates is watching us. How you doing, Keith?
What's up, man? Well, sure is good to have him on there.
Keith watched a spelling bee together one time. I'm serious. That's what was our part. That was, we're not wild. We went out and we ate and we watched a spelling bee and had a great best time. Me and him and 2 other guys.
How about that?
Yeah, in Longhorn.
Well,
but Keith's a good guy. Very energetic coach.
Before we move on, we're going to give this guy a call here, and he's going to give us the insight on what's going down in Sleepy Town. But it's not Sleepy Town anymore.
256.
Yeah, maybe don't say it out loud.
Oh, everybody calling him 3 o'clock in the morning.
We fix to give you a call, buddy, if he's watching right now.
Hello?
Yeah, I was calling about that ad you had in the paper for cutting. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, this is the voice up here for Ider Hornets, Tyler Dalton. Taylor, thank you for taking our call and hanging out with us tonight. How are you doing today?
Good, how are y'all?
Man, we're just great and fantastic. Everything going good for you today?
Yes, sir. What about y'all?
We just hanging in there.
They're going good.
We wanted to hear from Taylor. He's been our he likes everything we do on our page, and he's watched us since we've been doing this show, and he shares stuff for us and with us, and we share stuff with Ider up there. Buddy, tell us, going on in the week now with them, winning the game this weekend, what's going on up there? Y'all got some new blood, or what's going on?
It was homecoming week for us too this week.
Okay, so everybody kind of had homecoming.
Y'all play Valley Head, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, how did tell us about some of your top players or some of your runners and your quarterback and that kind of stuff?
It was a big DeKalb County rivalry, like always.
Yeah.
Us and them.
Yeah, absolutely.
What? How good? Their running back's good, don't you think?
I think the quarterback and run back's pretty good.
Yeah, they are.
We held Ian Bain to 137 rushing yards.
That's probably his low for the year.
That's good.
I mean,
2 interceptions, I believe, during the game.
What about Brown? How did Brown do against y'all? The Ashton Brown, the other back.
He had some good catches, but we held his own against us.
Okay. 137 yards. You're a good player when you get held to 137.
Yeah,
that's the best job that's been done on him.
Who's y'all's top player up there? Who's the quarterback up there now?
Coach Grant's son, Dylan Grant.
Okay.
He had 157 passing yards.
Wow.
Went 9 for 10.
Wow,
that is good.
And a 10-yard touchdown at the end of the game to cap off the scoring.
All right, good.
Yeah, y'all scored 42 up there on Valley Head. Now, next week, the guys going to get ready. Y'all going to play Victory Christian. I would assume that'd probably be a win for you guys. What do you think about Victory Christian?
I believe it'll be a win, too. And then we'll go straight back into region play with Pisgah.
Okay, yeah, they're tough.
Falkville, and then Whitesburg Christian.
Okay.
Pisgah will be away, and then Falkville and Whitesburg will be at home.
Pisgah's very good, aren't they, Tyler?
Their offense can score a lot of points. I don't know much about their defense.
I know they've lost a game. They've scored 40 twice and lost. One game they scored 42. Sandrock beat them 48-42.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard all about that game. They was 68-28 this week against DAR.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
Wow. Well, how many? What's y'all's record now?
4-2. We lost Plainview 28-14.
No shame in that.
And nail biter against Tanner region game.
Okay.
20-17.
Tanner's good.
Who have y'all beaten? Sir?
Who all they?
Who y'all beat? Y'all beat Valley Head. Did y'all beat Pisgah?
No,
Or y'all ain't played Pisgah yet?
Yeah, we haven't played Pisgah.
Okay.
Well,
we beat Woodville 53-0. Lost against Plainview 28-14.
yeah.
North Sand was 13-7 us.
Mm-hmm. They're not a bad team.
Tanner was 20-17.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they ain't lost bad. So y'all been playing everybody close. So
Then the shootout with section literally was 41-40.
41-40.
I remember that. Yeah,
They got a good team this year. Everybody on the mountain's good this year.
yeah. Geraldine, they've been playing good too.
Geraldine, Fife, Plainview, Sylvania.
Fife's always good. Yeah.
We had a two-headed monster during the game. Hunter Robinson, number 2 for us, he ended up with 167 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then Matthew Norman, he was the quarterback last year. He moved to wingback / H-back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he ended up with 104 yards and with 3 touchdowns on the night.
Man, that's pretty good, dude.
Sounds like y'all putting up some pretty good numbers.
Yeah. That's what we wanted to know, man. We just wanted to hear from somebody up on the mountain that's got their finger on the pulse like you do, and we do appreciate you for being. I mean, you're our top fan. I mean, I ain't gonna I'm not gonna sugarcoat it and try to make it good. If somebody else get their feelings hurt, y'all got to step your game up.
Yeah.
Because Taylor don't miss this. I mean, everything we put on, he likes and comments. He's always watched us, and man, we really do appreciate it. And we love you, and God bless you, man. And I want you to have a good week. And we're gonna stay in touch now, okay? No, don't forget this phone number because y'all gonna keep winning. We want to keep some news on what's going on up there with the Hornets, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Thank you, buddy.
Have a good week.
See you, buddy.
Y'all too.
That was Mr. Dalton there. He's just been a fan of the show since forever and ever and always. Since we've been doing the show. I had to get a idea of what was going on up there at Ider. They've just been winning, and even the games they've lost, they've played close games. I mean, they lose by a few points or something, or that one game lose by one. What was against Section?
They won.
Won by one.
41-40.
So, hey, we appreciate him watching.
Just got a text for somebody that said mention Eads threw an 80-yard touchdown pass the other night. Needs two receivers, Kyler Bradley and Seth Lee. Which Lee had a fumble return against Valley Head for about 50 yards.
Yeah.
But didn't score on it. But Seth Lee, he's playing good. That's DJ's cousin.
Right, yeah.
So just forgot to mention that.
Yeah.
And Matt, before we're fixing to move on, right?
Yeah, we got our player of the week, and we'll
take. What about this week's games? Do you want me to?
This coming up for high school? Yeah.
Well, just low.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we already got. We know.
Yeah, we know who around here everybody's playing.
All right, some others that we may be interested in. I think this will be a great one. Jacksonville and Hanley.
It could be.
Could be a good one. Scottsboro, Fort Payne, Welborn at Glencoe. Obviously, we just talked about
Plainview will be at 5.
Plainview at 5. Sandrock's playing Locust Fork. Spring Garden plays Gadsden.
Gaston, yeah.
Tuscaloosa County plays Gadsden. Piedmont and Ohatchee play.
Yes.
You already got that. And another big one, the biggest one probably, really, is Southeastern and Cleveland.
Yeah, and that's
pretty much it.
That's probably the game of the week, and we're gonna really keep an eye on that close as we're gonna be running back and forth Thursday and Friday night over here on the other side of the water. Well, on his side of the water. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The other side for me, I'll be over there Thursday, Friday. So, that too, a region, man.
That's probably gonna be for that region. I mean, it could be.
It would shape up to assume that.
But then you're going to have 3 teams with a loss in that region now after this.
Yep.
So it's going to...
it's going to make for a monster game.
It's going to be a tiebreaker there, and they're going to have to flip coins and do rock, paper, scissors. I don't know what they do.
It's going to make for a monumental game. If you ain't doing nothing that weekend, the 18th, I think, I'll be there. I think you have to cover...
I think Cedar Bluff plays.
Cedar Bluff's at home that day. Sandrock, Spring Garden will be at Sandrock. I think you got a home game announcing, so I'll be...
I got one more.
That's that night, and it's going to be that's shaping up for this region to really be a.
Oh yeah, I don't know that.
That
thing's up for grabs. Sandrock, Spring Garden, Southeastern, and Cleveland.
And they're all
take your pick.
They're all playing good. I mean, they're pretty. They're all equal. I mean, Spring Garden goes up there, and we're talking about just a mishap and turn the ball over and lose down there by close, and then Sandrock is ahead. They lost at the very last second of the game, so these teams are very even killed.
And excuse my language there, I said that wrong. Friday night's definitely not for the region title because they all got to play each other.
Yes.
But it'll give you kind of it's going to give somebody the outright lead. It's going to be a full game ahead of somebody else.
Yeah, Cleveland or Southeastern will be undefeated in the region.
Undefeated in the region, yes.
So, without further ado, we're going to announce our player of the week, and this young man, he's a kid.
Good.
I'm sorry, I've known him. He played a great game the other night, and I mean, we watch Cover Kids on Friday nights, and sometimes it's not the games that we get to go to. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we pick from other games, but when I was there in person and seeing how he played and seeing how he commanded the game,
Chaz Pope.
Yeah, congratulations, Chaz.
Spring Garden.
He had a fantastic game Friday. He was jumping over people, under people, running around people, running by people. I mean, I don't know.
254 yards is a lot of yards off it. And that's about the third time he's done that, or fourth.
Yeah, and he's not shy either to miss it, to make a tackle neither.
No. 9 tackles last week. I think he made 3 or 4 this week. Might be dealing with an injury. We don't know full details yet. We wish the best.
Oh, yeah, we're praying for him, his mom and dad, and I get to see his dad some. He comes in the store. So
he's definitely
we hope everything's good.
Best players around.
Man, yeah, he the way he plays and how he plays with a lot of character, plays with a lot of pride. Spring Garden community's really got something to be proud of out there. Both the boys are they're just good kids, good role models for the team and the community there. Coach Howard does a great job over there too as well.
Their mama's a big fan.
Yes,
we don't want to mess with her.
Aggravate her a little bit in the concession stand, and it's kind of funny, and she gets on Todd some, and it's kind of comical. Baseball season, we go over there and.
I'll just put it like this: I'm not going to say nothing bad about her kids. I know, but they're good people. They're good.
Absolutely.
And we wished him.
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't just say this. I mean, a lot of stuff you got to say. You just got to say it. But I honestly, truly hope that he's fine.
Yeah, me too. God's always going to get the glory in everything that he does. I know they're spiritual and understand. God always has a reason behind things. And if you're not sure about what your plan for in life is. Guys, there's only one reason we're here on earth, and that's to advance the kingdom of God, and to spread His word and to tell people about Him. And I share a minute or two in the show sometimes. I like to say that, and I feel like it gets on my heart, and I'm just supposed to say it. Maybe somebody is listening right now. They're having a bad week, what? I love you, and God loves you. Right. And things are going to be all right,
Oh, yeah. They're always going to be all right.
We'll take a quick just 1 minute, switch it over. We just switched podcast stuff over, and we're going to get into college. And guys, we appreciate you tuning in. I'm sorry for the snags that's been going on tonight. This thing pop up, podcast off the camera. I don't know. So we'll get it all ironed out. We'll be right back in about 2 seconds. We appreciate you. We'll be right back. Hang on.